there is like three main aspects we'll discuss. So it's like frame size, then camera angle, and like it's kind of like about characters. Like say like character framing, maybe like yeah. So today talking about composition. Next time we'll talk about sequence, like how to there is like certain principles, like how to compose sequence of different compositions. So it's like you have close up, you have kind of wide shot and stuff like that. Так. Okay, so talking about frame size. Так, so let's say so here we have dude, some character, and we have camera on a tripod, right? So frame size is about this kind of relationship, like how big is the character, how character is presented in a frame. It can be like storyboard or comic book frame, or even like your illustration or painting kind of. Still, it applies to any visual art form anyway. So here is about 5 main, let's say. Let's do here 5. Yeah, and I will also talk about perspective grids for all the stuff. So we have like biggest one is called wide. They all can have like some kind of similar names. So wide frame is like when we have character very small, like it can even be like an ant, right? So I don't know if you should say it can be like this. So, or let's say these two characters standing on the roof and some other characters on the ground like a dots, or even without the people. So it's a kind of frame, it's about showing environment. Main idea is to show space, show place. So then second type, it's a full shot. So it means character is like we can see full body of a character, and camera frame is kind of little below and little above character, so it will be like full. So purpose of a full frame, it's kind of like to show character shape, character silhouette. You just kind of like present an image of a character, let's say. um, character as image. Maybe just like full body pose. So kind of if you want to show like a body gesture in a full body, but it's all kind of read in the form of a general shape, some kind of like a Mickey Mouse, giraffe, uh, King Kong, Godzilla. You can just from shape you can recognize it. And also it's a use for kind of to show group of characters, kind of like also because it will be comparative, because it's like I say, it's character image. So when we have group of characters, it's like a board with a character design, right? So when you see in a movie or in an animation or in a comic book, something like that, so we have like this like group of characters standing next to each other, kind of give us information about their design, kind of like what is special about them, how they different, what is similar and what is different. So I don't know, here would be like Rambo Hulk. Here maybe some. So kind of on a subconscious level, on kind of this visual level, it's the purpose of this frame, like compare characters, or like establish, can be like also like establish group scene. So it's like you show before you show like each particular character in close up, you show a general situation, so we know like who is on the left, who is on the right, who is in the middle. This kind of later will explain. Also in the next video also will be about this. So wide frame, it's like establish shot. Like show space. Where then we have medium shot. So medium is like we have move camera closer or we zoom closer, so character it's like on this level where we can see his hand gestures. So body will cut about hip or waist. So there is like variations of this like how to say, like subcategories kind of, because we can have like okay, maybe I show here. I don't know where to show. 1 second. So let's say show hand hands gestures. So imagine like in a movie, you want to show character more close so we can see his emotions, like together with the hands. So is this kind of like a body language when we can see face and hands together, right? So like let's say face plus hands. It's kind of purpose of it. And then there is variations like how much in this area we close. So let's say так, I don't know where to put. Maybe I put here. Let's take 3. Maybe there may be more. I don't know. So it can be like close to about like in knee area, or like I show here, it's this hip area. So then other variation can be is like waist, like waist area, and I don't know, maybe okay. Let's anyway show this again. Okay, let's show this 3 version here. So waist, hip, and knee. Can't remember other version. So it's kind of variation of say medium shot. Like again, we can see now we close enough so we can see more like facial expression. We can see eyes, we can see mouth, like we can see like he's smiling or he's angry. When we have full shot, we don't see much emotion. So, and especially for drawing for artists, it's very important like to show level of to choose level of detalization. You don't focus on emotions when you draw full shot. You focus more on a general form, general character. When you go to medium, okay, now you start to show emotions. Now you start to show like you start to show this like facial features. You can even like start to show like type of nose, type of mouth, type of eyes. So kind of different characters will have like different facial features. You show this like hand gestures, like what kind of maybe here he have like a gun in his hand. Yeah, so так, so then we have close up. So close up, yeah, it's like um let's say kind of about shoulder, kind of here, right? So, and again, this can be variations because it can be like slight different kind of variations of how to cut camera. Let's again make 3 variation. So now we show completely focus on emotions, on face acting. It's like no gesture here. We cannot see hands. So as actor, kind of, you don't need to play with your body language much here. No, still kind of course, maybe need to play, but you know they're not in the frame, right? So, and here, yeah, now it's like you can even show like wrinkles. You can show like tired eyes and like very detailed emotion expression. So again, it's like you will go around and analyze artists' works, like comic books, right? You see, like your most favorite artists, like master works, they always like work on a detailization level according to frame. Like you will not draw this kind of so much details for a face on a full shot. It's just like waste of time because just for perception is not so important there. Like nobody will focus on the facial features. They will just like grasp a general character. That's it. Can even like show like a sweat or he's like really beast character. So variations, right? So it can be as like about um, chest cut, some chest here. Can be like I don't know, like head like this, like very close, even like little cut top of a head, and yeah, anyway, like a shoulder again. Sure, have variation. Like all these variations have names, but it's just like I think for us for artists, it's just like so too much information to remember. So you just remember close up, show facial um, details, right? Facial details, like emotions. So next type of frame, like size of a frame, is detail. So if we take character head, so it will be like we are so close. So it's like not even full face, it's just like eyes. And again, maybe you can show, say this like a sweat here. And if you want, you can draw like very detailed. So yeah, so it's like detail is kind of like a accent, right? How to write accent? 2C or 1C accent. Okay. So, and here we go to important, interesting moment. It's like you see this frame size. It can be based on camera movement. So we kind of like move camera closer, closer, closer to character. So here's like camera is like right into face. So here's like full shot camera very far. Then like wide shot, then like full shot camera about here, and like medium shot camera about here. All right. Or we can use zoom on the camera. 2C. Yes. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, so we can make this different frame size by moving camera or by using zoom, and it will be a different perspective grid for us. So let's say here we'll draw this. Ta-da-da-da. Okay, let's make 5. Because if we use zoom, then we will have less kind of less fish-eye effect, right? So less convergence in perspective grid, and it's like the axis will be more like parallel. So let's say detail. So let's say on the left example, mm, we move camera, right? So let's say we not move camera, we use zoom. So on the left example will be use zoom. So a wide size, and we have like a down shot. So it's like bird view. So here we have two characters standing. It's like don't shoot. They're standing on a roof. So there's some other roofs. So then we'll make full shot. We use zoom to move closer. So, and we have same like isometry grid. So now focus on this character. So then we move closer. Not move, just use zoom. Так, let's see. Now we change angle, look from bottom up. So then again, camera is still very far, so we'll move closer, and perspective here is like we don't have convergence, so it's like long lens type. So here he says something like "Hasta la vista, baby." Here's some buildings on our back. It's like here. Reflection in his pupil, like this guy falling from a roof. Like, oh no. So now let's imagine like camera is not far. So it's like here it was camera always far, and we zoom, like zoom, zoom, zoom. Now let's imagine camera is like pretty close, and uh, it move even closer. So it always very close. I don't know. Let's say it here and here, right? So wide angle, we will see is like big space, big area with the small characters because we have a wide lens. So we just can see bigger space. And because we're using this wide lens camera, we will have fisheye perspective grid, right? So axis will be convergent, or say let's, because again let's make same down shot but with fisheye camera. So we'll have y vanishing point and the vanishing point somewhere here. and X operation points here. So now again, let's say we have these two characters on the roof. So maybe here's crossroad. So a zebra, some vehicles on the road. So then again we'll move camera closer, and again we'll have fisheye camera, so it's like curved perspective grid. So let's say this will be like I caused in the previous tutorials you need to watch, calls camera angles. So it's perspective grid for different camera angles. And this type calls like CCTV camera. So we have y-axis curved like this, x-axis diminished like this. Can make him crazy hip style. Maybe we can see again some road. So here's vehicles, people walking. So same, let's make fish eye for medium shot. So again, like camera very close. It's not a zoom, camera very close, and it's like a little wide lens camera. So here we have Z axis, Y axis, and X axis. Here. Some buildings on background. Так. So close up we can do like an pad lever. More I see. Do this close up on a kind of fish eye on a close up. So it's kind of distorts face. So let's say something like this. Here. So buildings. For detail, don't need kind of fisheye perspective. Mm. Yeah, because it's totally don't have like environment there. It's just some elements like zero perspective or some kind of very basic isometry or 2 point, 3 point. So I don't even know like what it's gonna be, what kind of detail we can put in the fish eye. Coffee cup. Okay, let's try like a coffee cup on a table. Oh, it's kind of definitely no horizon lines there. So it's just, oh, it's just like it's pointless. Yeah, so in detail, no fisheye. So don't even bother making fisheye for detail shot. So this first aspect, it's a size, right? So frame size, it's achieved by camera movement. Movement or zoom. So if we zoom, so this is like long shot kind of frame with a isometry perspective, or kind of very simple perspective, not fisheye. When we move camera close, so we will have like, if we use like wide lens, we will have fisheye perspective. So just talking briefly, like to talk more about lenses will be different video to talk more details about lenses, but general idea is here like this. So then camera angle, it's like I was already show in many other videos. Camera angle, okay, let's go here. So basically it's just like upshot and a downshot. So we have character, okay. And we have like character eye level, right? So if camera on a character eye level, so it's just like a straight on, right? Straight. When camera below character eye level, so it's upshot. Yeah, upshot. When camera above eye level, so it's downshot. So usually it's just more interesting to draw downshot or upshot, so it will be like eh, more dynamic. But also, of course, there is a reason why. Main kind of rule here, very simple. It's just like upshot. When we show character from below, it's more like a powerful. So character look like a main character, you know, or like capable. So we will have like y-axis conversion vertically. character. It's like feels monumental. So even when you make it slightly, still it will have this kind of effect to show like character in control. Maybe he's a leader. If you have like a group of characters, so you show one of character with these other characters from up and down, so you kind of establish his domination. So and often we see in the movies like they show main character from this down shot, like James Bond, Mission Impossible, powerful, dominating, or danger. So if it's like enemy, like in adversary, right? So you want to show this adversary is danger and also like very powerful. So you also show him from bottom. So maybe also buildings here. And when we have down shot, yeah, it's kind of like opposite. So it's weak or dependent. So weak, dependent, dependent. I hope it's E here. Or lost, you know. So it's kind of anyways like about weak, powerful upshot, downshot is weak. So, and now we have like y-axis converging downwards. So let's say same character. So, and there is a lot of creative use to this like very simple principle. So you can show like Katsuhiro Otoma in Akira, for example. He often uses drone shot, helicopter or bird view to show people from above, just to show how they like small, like ants, like people actually don't have like control over nature, over history, over events. They just like being dragged into certain situations. So you see how it feels? Just very simple principle. So when you kind of like choose camera angle for your work, you always first of all you think about where is camera, is like above character or below character. So it's just like you show frame like this when your character like ruminating, just like thinking about life, right? So same here, he's wondering, and it looks like more hopeful kind of. He's thinking about something and he feel like he can handle it, he can achieve his goals, he will succeed. And here feels like he's lost, like he's confused. It's like, oh, I don't know where I am, what to do. This kind of. So, and Stride is kind of like more objective and natural, maybe some kind of comedy. So it's just like make people look more uh, detached, less emotional for us. So let's say here we have vertical. Yeah, let's imagine it's a Max Payne character. So it's look like now I see it's look like a comedy, some kind of joke. He just standing here. So it's some kind of punchline. So it's like like a clown. Let's put some. So can add here like LOL, you know. So it's like again, imagine oh, something happened before, right? So tell me like by just looking by camera angle, right? Like by this, like how much it influence your feeling of kind of result of previous event. So something happened before, and now we see like okay, after previous event, like afterwards, like your character feel hopeful, feel kind of good, powerful, in control, or here he feel like okay, that was crazy and I'm exhausted, I'm like drained, I'm tired, or here he's like just standing like this in a natural shot and it looks like just give you some time to laugh, you know. It's like ah ha, ha. That was silly, kind of silly situation. So it's funny, comedic, or just objective, like less than dramatic, like natural. So and then yeah, so I mean, I just did so much about this. It's lazy to repeat. To just go watch about camera angles and perspective grids I was talking. So we have like camera going like above 90-degree look down. It's overhead. Then camera 45 is usually is like a drone view or camera security camera kind of angle. Eye level already covered. So then from 45 from below, it will be like warm view, ground view. So camera can be like leaning on the ground. It can be fish eye. It can be not fish eye. Have a lot of variation here. And straight up, it's like camera looking 90-degree up, kind of, right? So I have this funny diagram here. So it's like, say you look on how character will look in this different camera angle. So overhead we have like GTA 2 kind of view from satellite. Then it's like here we have straight view and etc. So okay, maybe here I still indicated a little. So here overhead, here straight up, and kind of between um, straight and straight up we have this like, let's say warm view. Let's say just approximately 45 degree from below and approximately 45 degree from above will be like a bird view. So like this one, it's look like 45 degree. Like watch more my tutorials about camera angles because like it's very long subject to explain details. But it's kind of very easy to learn actually. You just need some concentration and dedication. Так, so okay, so then we have, let's say, this about characters. So let's say we have scene with two characters standing next to each other, right? So one standing here and standing here. So there between them, kind of this straight line, they kind of looking to each other, right? So camera can look from one character, it's like behind him or from his point of view, like from his eyes or behind character. So we'll see kind of like this, like over the shoulder or stuff like this. Or camera can look, so let's call this like a 0 angle, and here we have like 90-degree angle, right? So it's 90-degree. And then kind of like in between, so it's like between this 0 angle will be like 45 angle, also called 3/4. So this one, it's the most common angle because like it's very dynamic. I don't know, kind of it's very good to show volume. So let's say, what about this camera angles? Camera angle, like with this 0, which is like point of view or from behind of camera, let's call it POV. It's subjective. So from 90-degree, it's objective. This 90-degree. So yeah, and then kind of we can see it's just like transition in between, right? So towards which type of camera position you move, more objective or more subjective. Why subjective? Because it's like you involve into scene, you became like one of character, right? So let's say like more involvement. An objective, it's like with this natural kind of, it's look more like detached. So you just like looking it from far away, you're distant, you like distant observation observer, right? So it's more like kind of again for comedy or like natural something. So let's draw them here. So let's say here subjective. So um, I will be not completely, but like very close. So let's say here we have this character. From back. So then we can make like his shoulder level maybe. So here will be horizon line, vanishing point. And here we have second character. So some cyberpunk on the background. So you see, you feel like part of their conversation, like you're part of this event, like of what happened in there. So let's say 3 quarter. So you also there, but you see, kind of start to have this feeling like you're kind of passing by. It's like you are being walking and turn your head and just like glance on somebody conversation. Так, let's say. So, and this objective, wait, so it's objective. So it feels like you are like watching it in a theater, some kind of like performance on a stage, or you sit on a bench in the park and you see somebody somewhere like kind of like 30 meters far from you have a conversation, or you look at them from a cafe window, like you sit in cafe, drink tea, and somebody outside have conversation. So it's like really detached. You're really like not part of it. You just kind of spying on them instead of being part of them. You're absolutely like outsider here. So here subjective. So of course, like most subjective, it's point of view. So if I just like make like this second character looking straight to this guy, like who is talking something, like complaining or apologizing. And here I have city on the background. So also, if they're talking about characters, we can talk about like how many characters in a frame. So there is, you can, yeah, I recommend also kind of go and look this stuff on, there is a lot of video for movie makers, some tutorials, very interesting to watch. They show in these examples. So you can see examples of this like subjective camera view or objective camera view. And also this type of frames when talking about how many characters in the frame, how many people in the frame. So let's say how many characters. So yeah, it can be like one character, it can be two, then it's three. I mean, it's like sounds funny, but you really need to go and just look how it's always composed with this way. It's like a frame composition language. So then we have like here, I think like, okay, like 3 or 4 or 5. Let's put it here already. Some group kind of, and then will be like a crowd shot. So 2 characters can be, like I show already some of it. It can be this typical frame, call over shoulder. And there is variations like over hip or whatever part of a body you choose. So it's just like here we have character on the foreground and second character on the middle ground, and the environment on the third ground. So here is like kind of over a shoulder view. So let's compose. So 1 and 2 characters already show you. So you can, what I recommend, you make pure file, something like I did, and you make your own investigation. you make your own research. So I had like this pref with where I sort images into camera angles. But then I have other pref where I sort into these frames how many characters in a frame. So let me see. I think we have like Daniel Warren Johnson. Daniel Johnson. Yeah, okay. So here example like how I sort. So this is like um wide shots. So people here is like not present or they're very small. Like here is this character very small. So we have like main focus. It's to show where is a kind of stage where happen action, where is a story is happening. Same here is like we have so far view, so people here they are like ants, or this one. So character here is like very small inside ship. Then I find like from Daniel Warren Johnson every frame, not every, but what I like to keep where he show one character. So you see we have like close up, it's like about her waist cut. Then we have I mean it's a middle. It's a middle. Then we have close up his head, so it's cut from forehead and chin. Then there's another close up. So it's like what kind of composition you use to show one character. Where is camera angle and what is size of a frame. So here again we have one character, it's a full shot. Remember, so full shot, we have full character here, and we see what he doing, like his body gesture. One character is like not it's a middle cut about breast cut, chest cut can call it. Same here about like chest or breast cut, one character, and camera little tilted like called Dutch tilt. One character full shot, one character full shot, one character full shot, just like little cut but still kind of full shot. No, here okay. Can put it in two characters because we have like a monster on the left, so it's like two characters in a frame. So one character is a full shot and the left character, this monster on the left, is like a detail shot. So we see his toots. So this one like some kind of like a full shot is just between full shot and wide shot. So it's like you see it's important to show here this environment element, this gate. Then this is full shot. So even here his seat still is like considered full shot because we see full body. And here down shot, drone or bird view. It's like three character, but still I kind of put in a category of one character because it's main characters. So you see, like here one character in a frame. So you can do like this analysis and sort in screenshots from movies or from comic books. If you study frame composition for drawing comic books, then definitely recommend do this with the comic books. Just your favorite books, your favorite artist, like find all these kind of compositions. You can sort them by size. You can sort them by camera angle, like it's down shot or up shot, like here she's like in the up shot, because camera is like lower than her eye level. Or you can sort them by how many characters in the frame. To see examples is a really most efficient way to learn, because it's very inspiring for you. You better understand your favorite work, your like exemplary work, right? So here, look, like how many way you can compose two character in a frame. Why I make Daniel Warren Johnson like analysis this way? It's because like I want to see if I have a storyboard, I work with my script, how I will draw the script. Like I have in a script, I will have like a scene with 2 or 3 or some amount of characters, right? Like there will certain um, happen certain exchange, like action or conversation. And I want to see how Daniel Warren Johnson, how he compose this kind of script, right? So like we have 2 characters and so many versions, like how you can do it. So here as we have, it's a upshot, so camera below characters eye level. You see like upshot and no fish eye here, and we have this kind of like over the shoulder very funny version of over the shoulder. So here we have like ground level camera, like kind of on the ground. So this one character on the left, we have this one character is like a full shot. Second character is like detail because it's only hand from him. And it's also like kind of this over the shoulder type, but this instead of shoulder we have hand. And then second frame here we have this 2 characters almost like overhead view. So it's isometric perspective grid down shot from helicopter or a bird. Then this one is like more subjective, right? So we have like 2 characters and we look at them kind of like from somebody point of view, almost. So it's like it's kind of 3/4 and subjective about there. Again, we have like over shoulder, over like this character, one character on the front plan, second character on the middle plan. Ground view, camera looking up shot, right? So this character look really danger, really kind of dominating here. This one more neutral, more like kind of like a eye level, but it's just neutral shot, like 1 point perspective, you know. So again, you see like how compose. This one is like over a shoulder. So we have like main character on the front and behind some other character. And it's like really gets interesting later. So when it will be more like 3 in groups. So here you see like 2 characters, 2 characters. Here 2 characters, like how much space, like why he choose to make them so far from each other, like put this kind of space to show like their in some kind of barrier between invisible barrier between them, right? Or then we have this kind of like a down shot, and the perspective grid is like I call it security camera perspective grid. Watching my previous tutorials where I explain camera angles. This interesting here abstract composition. So he make kind of like two figures into V shape. And upshot, downshot, and over the shoulder. So it's like one left character in the front plane, second character kind of in the middle plane. It's over shoulder and little like almost like fisheye, but not fisheye, because this figure on the left is very kind of strong perspective and dynamic. So it's kind of almost like fisheye. Here again, two character, right? And you sit in the same situation. They sit in the cockpit. So here we have like isometry on this on the top. It's isometry view, downshot. And the second is like almost over the head. So it's like camera almost 90-degree above them. Maybe even like can almost 90-degree, like 85-degree. So yeah, so you see how many different way to show two characters in a frame. Then let's see three characters in a frame. So many interests. So here's three characters and some action, some event. Three characters moving board into the ship. Three characters like over the shoulder with the three characters. So we have two characters in the front and one character in the middle plane. Here we have like three characters, one character over kind of over shoulder type composition. He's in the front plane and two characters in the middle plane. So you see, you can like already we have three plane, front, middle, back, and you can choose like which characters on which plane you put. And both they're kind of like a zoom long lens type. So it's camera like in these both compositions, camera is very far and making zoom. So you see they're all in a pretty much like isometry perspective. So here I see three character like kind of straight on camera. Then there's down shot like helicopter view. This like upshot and kind of dominating over main character. Main character kind of like feel overwhelmed. Also recommend you definitely must have book framed ink. It's just like everybody must have this. It's like Scott Robertson How to Draw. For composition, it's framed ink. Again, you see like so interesting like how you can compose three characters in this kind of narrow horizontal frame. Or this one. So we have like 1, 2, 3. It's like front plane, one character, middle plane, second character, and the far plane we have character number 3. Then we go like 4 and 9 characters in a frame. This one even is like a crowd. So we have like one main character in the upshot. So camera, you see this horizon level, it's about here. So main character, he's above horizon level. And then we see like this kind of like front plan, some characters, and the far plan is like this crowd army. Then we have like 4 characters like this, like isometry, bird view, drone, kind of about 3 characters in and the group and the crowd. It's like 3-point perspective. So this kind of down shot, like security camera angle. Same. So look, very interesting, really. Like this down shot. So character like defeated. They're under in kind of under influence of current events. And here we have like camera about like knee level, like horizon line, like little lower than knee level, almost on the ground. So what I want to show you here is like, again, remember like this, what you should do, like your homework, like break down your favorite artworks into frames and organize them in the pure ref by category. So like here as a category, like how many characters in a frame. So from 1, 2 characters, 3 characters, like 4, 9 characters, and the crowd. So it's like kind of like crowd composition. And then I have other examples. So with Daniel Warren Johnson, where I make like organize these frames, but by camera angle. So here we have like overhead, here we have bird view, here we have high angle, so it's like down shot. See, so different down shots. It's not, it's a thread more. Okay, so then we have subtle high angle. So it's like horizon line is present here. No, not talking. I have this tutorial talk like camera angles in Daniel Warren Johnson works, where I kind of break it down very detailed. So then like knee level, hip level, shoulder level, eye level. Kind of this. And same I did with Akira, Ghost in the Shell. So by analysis like this, you learn from a source. It's not just some kind of detached theory, you know, like just you read in book and after you don't know what to do with this knowledge you just learn, because you need to, aside from just theory, you need also to learn how to apply, how to execute, how to use this theory, how to use this knowledge. And using this approach by analyzing your favorite work, it's the answer for this problem, because you see immediately what is the practical application of this theory. So you can see immediately on their works, like where they have detail, close up, medium, full shot, how they using them, like what kind of camera angles they have, and you see how they combining all this, because if I will make it like a dry theory, just one by one, showing you all combinations, like, okay, you can do medium shot, and you can do medium shot like up shot, down shot, then you can do like objective, subjective, you can do like fish eye, uh, long lens. There is so many variation for each of these, and then because it's like these variables is not only two variables, we have like 5 variables. It's like how many characters, how many angles, how many uh, sizes of frames. So to make it like a theory example of all possible combinations, it will be just too much dry theory. It will make you nuts, and you will lost any interest in becoming an artist. Kind of, So only way to deal with it is after you learn this kind of just basic introduction, which is enough. Then you go and analyze how artists combine this in their work. Like I show you, like how in one frame we have all these answers, decisions for each aspect. It's like, okay, how many characters in your frame? Let's say like 2 characters. Okay, what kind of camera angle you will choose for this frame with 2 characters? Is it up shot, down shot? Or is it have like a tilt? You choose, okay, it's down shot. So 2 characters, down shot. Then is like subjective or more objective, or 3/4. Also you can choose kind of, then you can choose like it's like full shot or like a medium shot, over the shoulder kind of composition. So you need to see it from a final example. This your homework. Okay, so leave me your feedback, questions. Next video I will talk about like how to make cuts, so how we kind of make sequence of different frames, and I will make some demonstration also to show how to draw this stuff.
Madness. This is Gene Bond Art.